This is content intended for adults, not for puppies.
Howdy, y'all. We're reading more chord progressions. I'm just kidding. Can you imagine if I sound like that? That'd be crazy. I'm not finding myself at the team meeting table once again. Something's different this time. Why is everyone staring at me?
Well?
Guys, I forgot this had voice acting. That scared the shit out of me. He directs the question towards me. He seems excited. Huh? It's your turn, isn't it? There was a slight teasing tone to his remark. Oh, you want me to lead the team meeting? We all had our turns this week. Now you're the leader. Dude, this is so stressful. If this ever happened to me, I would shrivel up and blow away in the wind. Oh, okay, but how do I... Gesture passes a small stack of papers and a pen to me. Just follow the meeting topics in order. I'm here to help if you need it. Each page has a module printed on it. Each module has a topic listed at the top, an empty space below to jot down notes. Seems easy enough, I hope. Man, it's so it's so great to be back at the store, right? No more of that stressful no more of that stressful mental breakdown stuff from yesterday. Yesterday was a long day for Eddie. That was a token long day. And he was just supposed to, lay in bed and sleep all day, but somehow he ended up having, I don't know, he did the whole thing. Eddie needs to stay inside. Seems easy enough, I hope. Okay, first topic, breaks. I look to Chester for guidance. Go on, what do you think, Eddie? Well, for starters, we should stagger breaks and avoid taking any breaks during the lunch rush. That's a good start. Who should go first? What time did you get here, Pat? A little bit earlier than you in April. So I guess Pat should go first, probably at 1. Good for me. Then April can take a break, then me. April gives a thumbs up. Chester puts on a big smile. Fantastic, what's next? It's interesting how, Eddie was, psychologically coerced into giving himself the last break, since he's the one doing the meeting, and it would feel kind of selfish for Eddie if he put himself anywhere except as the last, you know? Eddie was psychologically coerced into having the last break today on virtue of being the leader of the team meeting. Kinda wonky, ain't it? Fantastic, what's next? I jot down some notes and flip the next page. Or maybe Eddie likes having the last break, I don't know. Up next is show night. Did I read that line? I jot down some notes and flip to the next page. Up next is show night. When is that? Lineup hasn't changed, no one's backed out yet. We're gonna need to do some primary prep today. During slow moments, we should take some time to get things prepared. He turned towards me. Do you have any ideas, Eddie? I'm not sure. I've never prepared for a show night before. Well, you remember what the game plan is, right? Yeah, we need to take merchandise out of the showroom and move it to the cafe for temporary storage. Any thoughts on how we can get a head start? Damn, he's really putting me on the spot. Think of something, Eddie. You need to be a team player. Oh, do all the instruments have cases? Most come with a case, yes. What if we took all the cases out of storage and set them nearby their respective instrument? That way the instruments will still be on display, but we can easily pack it away at the end of the day. I think that's a terrific idea. Anything else? What if we started packing away anything we're not expecting to sell today? Maybe some of the expensive woodwinds? I like it. I'll go ahead and take a step further and wait and say we should pack up all the woodwinds before lunch rush. I scribbled some sparse notes following Chester's suggestion. Moving on. I flip to the next page. My name's in the subject line. Oh, I guess the next topic is about more training for me. Do you mind being at the front of house today? I'd like for me, you, and April to work on getting everything prepared. Sure, wherever you need me. Great, does that wrap everything up? Dave chimes in.
Honey,
Dave chimes in.
Don't you have a lesson today?
I spoke over Dave, sorry. I had to make an unwarranted, inexplicable musical reference. Dave chimes in. Okay.
Honey, don't you have a lesson today?
Nope, I canceled with my student. I want to make sure we get the proper head start we need. You guys are stuck with me all day. Woe is we. She rebutted with a jovial tone. Alright, that's a wrap. We need to get started. Let's make it a great Friday, gang. Chester is a very gang guy. You know, there's those people in your life who are gang people. Chester is definitely one of those gang people. Just like, who else? Who else says gang? Brendan Lee Mulligan, he's also a gang guy. We wasted no time prepping the front of house for show night. Chester took me to the backstage area and showed me where all the instrument cases were stored. Every case has a label that describes its respective instrument. We rummaged through the piles of cases and located the ones for the woodwinds. With each case we found, we went to the showroom to find the designated instrument and packed it away until the woodwinds were secured. We were making great time, so we progressed to the brass instruments next. Meanwhile, April kept an eye on the door and would assist any customer who came into the shop. It was busy, which made the time fly by fast. Before I knew it, we hit 11:30. The cafe was starting to bustle. Chester departed to assist the boys in the kitchen, leaving me to continue our work solo. Real image jump scare. Now that I'm left alone with my thoughts, I can't help but wonder more about that cruiser profile. Eddie, just focus on the task at hand. Just focus on the task at hand, Eddie. Stop letting your mind wander to stuff it doesn't need to be wandering about, Eddie. The more I think about it, the more I want to check the app. We seem to be making great time with our head start. I could take a little break and no one would notice. I'm the only one who's here backstage after all. I boot up the app, I navigate to the bookmarked tab to find the list empty, just like before. There's no sign of a suspicious profile on the grid either, nothing new. I can make a new profile and go from there. Hopefully this won't take too long. Log out of the app and create a new account using an alternative email address. Oh my gosh. Eddie's such a scoundrel. I answer the basic questionnaire, then the app generates a random username for me. Now I'm in business. Wait, I'm only seeing 5 profiles on the grid right now. What's happening? I navigate to the help tab to learn more. Adding my profile picture lets other users know who you are. Users can choose to hide their profiles from accounts that don't upload any pictures. This is very detailed and intricate relay of how this app works. Fuck, of course it's going to be more complicated than it has to be. Well, I guess I'm going to have to be a catfish. I quickly look up a picture of a handsome man on Google Images and upload it. Glub glub glub. Looks like someone's trying to be a catfish. Our algorithm has detected that the photo you're using is sourced from a search engine. Please try again. Okay, this is going to be way more complicated than it has to be. Jesus heckin' Christ. Guys, I don't know why. I have this instinct to not say curse words. Even though sometimes I say the curse words. Right? Sometimes the dark inner the dark inner like grade schooler in me just says, no, you can't say the swear. You can't say the swear, you gotta say heckin'. You can't say heckin' Jesus Christ, you gotta say heckin' Jesus Christ. Well, I obviously can't use a picture of my face for this to work. If the profile truly belongs to Chester, I'll just get blocked again. Maybe I could take a chest photo? I've seen lots of other guys on the app do it. If I'm gonna do this, it needs to be convincing. It'll be advantageous to blend in with all the other profiles. If the mystery profile owner is Chester, there's a chance that he could recognize me. He's seen me sans his shirt. That's a very way of arts. That's a very artsy way of saying without a shirt. Sans. He's seen me sans a shirt. That's like. This is a level of like literary prose that I could never achieve, but also would never want to achieve. Right? If I ever wrote something like this, I would hate myself for the rest of my life. That being said, it's good prose, I guess. That said, I won't draw undue attention to myself by clicking on his profile again. I just need to see if the profile is in proximity, that's all. Once I can determine that, I'll be able to... Well, actually, I don't know what I'd do with this information. Would I tell Dave? Would I keep the secret to myself? Would I confront Chester about it? Others don't seem like pleasant options. I'm in too deep now. Eddie, you are not anywhere. You aren't even in the water, Eddie. Right? You're on some, like, dock. You're on some dock 30 feet back looking down the cliff, Eddie. You don't need to involve yourself with any of this. You can just keep chord progressioning, Eddie. You can just keep eddying. No one's asking you to do any of this. The curiosity has consumed me. I need to find out. Okay, he's all under control. I got you. If I'm gonna go through with this, I might as well make this profile picture look good. If it's worth doing, it's worth overdoing. I'm wearing a button down with nothing underneath. I could undo some top buttons and make it look a little risque. I wander around the space for a moment to find a nice area with some good lighting. I find my spot and prep for the photo. Take a moment to unbutton and adjust the fabric to make sure just enough chest is showing. I use my phone's selfie camera to take the shot. Success! Well, I can't believe I'm actually finding myself enjoying this photo. In the past, I would have done nothing but disdain for any... I would have nothing but disdain for any selfies I take, but something's different about this one. It honestly looks kind of handsome. If I were scrolling on the app and came across a picture like this, it would definitely pique my interest. I bet I could take a better one, though. Let me just find a better angle and...
Remember to say cheese for this one.
Guys, we got a pat line. Who? What? Fuck? Where? Let out a brief yelp in response to the intrusion. I see Pat standing only feet behind me, with his signature smirk on his face. Jesus hecking Christ. You scared the piss out of me. How'd you even get in here? There's a back door along the wall. You didn't know that? He's so Reddit. He chuckles. Guess not. What are you even doing back here? Oh, no. You're absolutely in no position to be asking me any questions, Fox. What are you doing back here with your tits out? My tits aren't... whatever. As you saw, I was taking a picture. For Cruiser? Yep. I knew it. Want me to help? I know what the boys like on their like. What kind of help are you suggesting? Nothing crazy. We can work with what you're trying to do. Just tweak it a bit. Well, the more convincing the photo is, the better I'll blend in. Plus, Pat is most certainly the expert. Alright, you can help. The collie beams a grin at me in response to my consent. He gingerly approaches me. Do you mind if I touch your shirt? I want to adjust the fabric. Sure, just the shirt, though. Don't worry, I'm not going to grope you, promise. Staying true to his word, the collie delicately readjusted the fabric on my chest to the most photogenic position possible. Alliteration. Any contacts he makes with my fur is incidental. He's only inches away from me. I can feel his breath on my bare chest as he does his work. Part of me really wants him to lay a paw on there and just see where that takes us. Eddie's a very colorful, he's a very friendly individual. So, feeling a little pent up, huh? Excuse me? The scary part is that he's not wrong. How do you... Taps his nose with his index digit. Guys, can we stop saying digit, please? He taps his nose with his index digit and immediately resumes his adjustments. Definitely a lot of testosterone coming from you today. He gives a sly wink without missing a beat. He continues his work, now adjusting the fabric of the collar and shoulders. Less cortisol, though. Having a good day? Well, things were going good until you materialized out of thin air. Like I told you, I'm full of surprises. Guys, 2027, I'm telling you. He lightly places his paws on both of my shoulders. Alright, just move over here to get some better lighting. He applies light pressure to my shoulders, prompting me to move in the direction he wants. After a little adjusting, he's satisfied with my position. There it is, perfect. Cap your phone for a sec. Pass my phone, careful not to disturb the perfect placement of the fabric in the process. He steps away and gets the camera ready. Great, stand up straight. I follow his instruction. Relax your shoulders. I oblige again. Now flex your chest. The last instruction feels much more humiliating than the last two, but I obey regardless. 3, 2, 1. He snaps a picture. Perfect, what do you think? Passes the phone to me. Hot damn, if I thought that first photo was a good thirst trap, this one is a whole other echelon. I'm actually having a hard time believing that's me. The person in the photo looks so strong and confident. The shirt is revealing quite a bit, but not too much. I couldn't contain the smile on my face. Aw. What? You think you're hot? Immediately brush in response to his chest. Hey, the picture just really looks nice is all. To be honest, that doesn't even really look like me. But it is you. We didn't graphic shop or anything. Graphic shop? Chord Progressions needs to be stopped. What the heck, graphic shop? Yeah, but don't look like that all the time. The lighting's perfect and I was flexing. Hey, welcome to the world of social media and photography. Everyone else does the same thing. But all things considered, that's just as you as it gets. You should be proud of that. You look good. Another uncontrollable smile adorns my face. Having confidence in yourself will get you far wherever you start. Whenever you start hooking up or dating, embrace it. He's definitely right. Confidence certainly begets. Guys, if I ever use the word begets, right, detain me immediately, right? If I ever use the word begots, if I ever write it, if I ever put it anywhere, detain me immediately. The couple of seconds ago doesn't count. In Pat's case, his confidence goes a little overboard. But I'd be lying if I said I didn't find it a little attractive. Just a little, though. Yeah, well, thanks for the help. No worries, just hit me up if you want more tips on getting noticed. I've learned a thing or two. That's enough getting sidetracked, though. Came back here for a reason. The dog rummages through a box situated on a shelf. He finds what he's looking for immediately. He's holding up a black rubber disc in his paw. One of the espresso machines needs a new gasket. We keep some spares back here. Oh, I thought he was like holding up a record or something. Oh, good to know. Yeah. There's a slight awkward pause. It looked like he wanted to say something to me, but couldn't find the words. Well, I'm gonna head back to the cafe. Don't dilly-dally too much. April will kick your ass. Oh yeah, I don't want to invoke her wrath. Absolutely not. Later. He waves and I wave back. He exits out the aforementioned back door. All things considered, if I was going to be caught taking thirst traps, it's best that it was Pat who caught me instead of April or Chester. I look back down at my phone. I gander at the image a little longer before selecting it to be my new profile picture. I'm not sure what to make of this newfound appreciation of my figure. Several people have told me I looked good the past several days. Maybe I should start believing them. Eddie, you should, immediately. Looking good, your new profile picture is now under review. This process may take several hours. Son of a... really? Well, I guess the approval process is the reason why I'm not inundated. Inundated? With dick pics each time I scroll through user profiles. Guess I have to wait. I have all the time in the world, though. Even if it doesn't get approved today, I can still check to see if the suspicious profile is nearby tomorrow. I should really get back to work. Lunch rush comes and goes as I continue to work on my task. One by one, I pack away all the woodwind and brass instruments. Chester comes back to the front to assist with more front-of-house prep. The next targets for packing were the ludicrously expensive guitars and basses, including Daryl's beloved PLS. I take my lunch break and elect to dine on another one of Dave's famous sandwiches. Shortly before 3 o'clock, Chester gathers me, April and Pat together.
How about you all get out of here a little early today?
You sure? I'm not trying to speak for everyone, but I don't mind staying. Positive, Dave and I can handle it. Y'all put in some great work this week. You deserve a little break. No, Eddie is not allowed to go home. Eddie is not allowed to have free time, because he's going to immediately spiral. Like, I don't know what kind of spiral. It might be a it might be a spiral of rhapsody, but Eddie's going to have some sort of spiral, and it's going to make me sad. Keep him at work. Keep him busy at all times. Eddie cannot have time to himself. Dave and I can handle it. Y'all put in some great work this week. You deserve a little break. Lock eyes with me. Especially you, mister. You really surprised me this week. Can't help but feel a little flustered at the sudden compliment. You mean it? Of course. You're my little gamble that paid off. He flashes me a sweet smile, quite flattered by that compliment. He looks to April and Pat. Could you two give a moment alone with Eddie? Just need a few minutes. Moment alone? What could this be about? Sure, I'm gonna peace out. See you guys tonight. The collie takes his leave. I'll wait for you in the car. Lahina follows after him. He locks eyes with me for a short moment. He's always good with giving eye contact. This felt a tad prolonged. Before I started to question whether it was awkwardly long, he poses his question. Before you go, I want you to do a quick favor for me. Sure, what is it? Do you have a banking app on your phone? I nod. I submitted your direct deposit this morning. I just want to make sure it went through okay. Oh, sure, I'll check. Open up my bank app and navigate to my checking account statement. 4 digits? Wait, Chester, this isn't right. I think you gave me 2 weeks worth of pay. I show him the statement. I show him the payment statement. Nope, that's the correct amount. Part of that is your sign-on bonus. Sign-on bonus? He never mentioned that when he interviewed me. You sure? Positive. Well, alright, thank you. No worries, bud. He puts a paw on my shoulder. Alright, get out of here. Go have fun tonight. Remember what I said about the Veller Lounge. He pats my shoulder and gives me a wink before walking off. Didn't have a chance to respond. Without another word, I make my exit. April and I touched down at the apartment complex in no time. I'm glad we got let go a little early. It's nice to be able to take it easy for a couple hours before we start our night. April and I entered the living room to find Moria sprawled out on the couch, watching a cooking competition show.
Oh, hey, you're both home early.
So lots of voices in this one. Yeah, Chester let us go sooner than expected. Well, that's a surprise. Just then, April's phone made a chime. She pulls it out of her pocket. Oh, heads up, you two. I'm adding you to Cliff's group chat. She tit-taps on her screen. My phone vibrates shortly after. I gander at my screen. Looks like Moria, April, Cliff, Pat, Daryl, and I are in the chat. Hey, welcome, guys. Right, only some people are allowed to do the colon bracket, right? Like, only Trent's allowed to do it, because, like, he comes across as, like, naive enough to, like, use the colon bracket unironically. But Cliff knows better, right? Cliff has too much self-awareness, right? Cliff is too sentient. He's too sentient to use the colon bracket. I don't know what he should use instead, but gives me the creeps, man. Eddie, can you add Trent? Sure. Find Trent in my contacts. Hey, I'm adding you to a group chat for our group outing tonight. We're coordinating there. Add his number to the group chat. No immediate response from the deer. Cliff messaged the group again. Do you guys want to meet around 7? I responded with a thumbs up emoji. Every member of the group aside from Daryl and Trent responded affirmatively shortly after. Well, looks like we have some time. She turns to April. Want to go get our nails done beforehand? Sure, babe. We'll go to a cute salon downtown. You like it? We should go now, though. The sooner we leave, the better. Sure, just let me get dressed. Marie flips off the TV and retreats to her bedroom. Want to tag along? No, not particularly. Fair, we can come back and grab you after we're done. Sure, if you want. I hate for you to double back to the apartment for my sake, though. Well, you could also go hang out with Pat and Cliff if you get bored. Their apartment's a 20-minute walk away. You can ride with them. That's not a bad plan, I'll ask. Cool. After a short moment, Moria emerges with her new dress on. Ready. Thinking about it, April, I see a twinkle in her eye. She's enamored by the sight of her partner. Looks so beautiful, babe. Moria flushes in response to the compliment. Oh, thank you, love. The two share a quick kiss. Damn, my heart glows seeing Moria so happy. No one deserves it more. See you soon, dude. Bye, sunshine. Drive safe. The girls exit out of the front door, leaving me alone. Huh? All alone in the apartment. This is a first. I'm not quite sure what to do to kill the time. I'm experiencing choice paralysis. Without the girls, the options are endless. Plop down on the couch, so it's probably a good time to check up on my new cruiser profile. Open the app. Success. My new profile picture is approved. Now with more users unlocked, I continue to search for the suspicious profile. No dice. I scroll as far as the app will let me. I don't spot him anywhere. I'll have to check later. A friend request? It's from a profile named Neapolitan. The profile picture shows a selfie of a handsome Wolverine lad. Lad jump scare. Furries are the type of people to say lad, huh? Furries are the type of people to have lad in their vocabulary. Lad. Cis guy, he/him, early 30s, verse top. King and 420 friendly, loves cocktails, movies, and good conversation. Seems quite charming, handsome face too. Sure, I'll accept. Holy heck. Sorry, guys. I know I'm reading a novel that is explicitly an adult novel, but I just can't help but, right? I just can't help but censor the heck words, I'm sorry. Accepting the friend request unleashed a torrent of nudes on my screen. Good gosh. Good gosh. Guys, I don't know why I'm being so Christian today. Good gosh, this Wolverine doesn't leave anything to the imagination. There's a spicy scene here. Guys, for legal reasons, ignore the save. Continue forward. Oh, guys, I forgot how to read. I forgot how to read, guys. This makes a lot more sense. Skip spicy scene. Continue forward. For some reason in my head, I applied the attribute of, like, continue forward to skip spicy scene. Like, I thought continue forward meant skip spicy scene, even though skip spicy scene is obviously means skip spicy scene. Essentially, I had a stroke. Guys, I swear I'm not dyslexic. Guys, we're skipping the spicy scene. I couldn't help myself. I was beyond aroused by what I saw. I used my special friend I keep in my drawer for the first time in a long while. Let's just say he didn't disappoint. What is special friend? Special friend? Now I'm just wondering what happened in the scene, right? Right, now that the spicy scene has been skipped, I'm just wondering, I want the details, you know? I don't want the specifics, right? I don't want the prose, I don't want the eloquency. I just want the details of what happened, right? I want in plain text what happened in the scene without, you know, being explicit and gratuitous. Let's just say it didn't disappoint. Looking at my phone, I didn't lose too much time to my shenanigans. They're still up a couple of hours to kill. I mean, at least he's not going down a downward spiral, you know. At least he's not spiraling. Maybe I should follow April's suggestion and see what Pat and Cliff are up to. Would be nice to get a ride from them. I text the group chat. At Pat. At Cliff. Hey, looking to kill some time and get a ride. Can I visit your guys' place? Get to work cleaning up after myself. I wash and disinfect my special friend before stowing him away back in the drawer. I do the same with the mess left on the floor and toilet lid. Huh. What is this special friend? Guys, I just want to know what the special friend is. Because if the special friend is one thing, then I have TMI commentary. Right? If the special friend is one thing, I have TMI commentary. If the special friend is another thing, I don't have any interesting commentary. I get a response shortly after. Sure, I just wrapped up work. Apartments 1986 Orion Street, Unit 7. We gonna pregame? Nah. Only if you want to take the bus and super back home. I'm not gonna let you drive if we pregame. Just got paid today, so maybe. A little pre-gaming doesn't sound too bad. It's free brews, after all. Free booze. I'll be there in about an hour. Cool, see you soon. See ya. Get a hot shower going and step inside. Time to wash the sin off me. Okay, I contemplate the events of the week as I lazily scrub down from head to tail. It's only been a week and a lot's happened. A lot. I've been pushed out of my comfort zone more times than I can count, but I think it's all for the best. For the first time in forever. I'm sorry. I don't feel so lonely. Surely I still find myself craving the company of a handsome gentleman, but it's not something I need right now. Maria and April can have my back and can give me all the support I need. Not to mention, no man's ever given me an orgasm like that before. I love myself just fine. Thank you very much. Okay, so I'm assuming the special friend was that sort of thing. Has Eddie... Okay, like, Eddie's probably had sex before. But now I'm wondering if Eddie's had sex before. That makes me think if Eddie's had sex before. I don't have to rush and stress about romance stuff right now. I can take my time and put some more work into myself. That thought alone makes me uncontrollably smile. Quickly dry myself off and get to work brushing my fur. Check my phone again. Hey. At Trent and I just got done with the workout. Gonna head home for a bit and meet you guys at 7. Didn't realize those two were hanging out on their own accord. From the sounds of it looks like they both are looking for new friends. Good for them. Where will we be meeting? 7 p.m. is good for me. There's a parking garage at Sasha Street. That sound good? I send a thumbs up emoji along with a chorus of approval from the other members of the group chat. Once I finish my brushing, I step out of the bathroom, sans a towel. Guys, I'm gonna lose it. They keep writing sans. They keep writing sans. That's such a... I don't even know how to describe that. That's just like... That's like fucked up prose. Sans is fucked up prose. I guess sans is the word of the day. Sans is the word of the day. Just like in the last build. Just like in the last day, like amiable. Amiable was the word of the day. Now sans is the word of the day. Guys, I don't know why every time I read sans, it just makes me see red. And it's not even because of the Undertale character. Just, I don't know. Sans is just, like I said earlier, it's just fucked up prose. I finally get the chance to experience the joys of being naked in my own home. It's a tad exhilarating, I must admit. It feels deliciously naughty being nude outside my bedroom. I pick up my discarded clothes off the floor and toss them into my room. Also take some time to tidy up. I don't like being naked. I don't know, like whenever I'm like home alone, okay, my get up is no pants, shirt, underwear. Right, we can ditch the pants, keep the underwear, but we keep a shirt on. I don't know why that's my get up, but I wonder if that's common. It's probably common, right? But I don't like being like completely naked. I get too cold for that. I don't like feeling like exposed and vulnerable to the world around me, even though it's just like my room. Right? Even though it's just my house. It just, I don't know. The pants can go, we have to keep the shirt though. I haven't contributed much to the upkeep of this apartment since we moved in. I should take some initiative to keeping our space clean. Can't let the girls do all the work. I put on Spotify. I turn on Spotify. Like, couldn't it have just been like Otterpie or Otterpie? Spotterpie. You know what, whatever. On my phone, get to work cleaning up the kitchen. Pack off this damn song stuck in my head after yesterday. Oh, that's one he was singing. I wipe down the counters, wash and stir the dishes, and sweep up the floor, all the while wagging my tail to the rhythm of the music. I'm getting a little bit of exhibitionist high from doing all this work in the nude, which is silly considering there's no one here watching me. That's okay though, I'm feeling spunky and comfortable in my fur for the first time in a long while. I'll keep basking in this moment. I was going to give more commentary about how walking around naked is psychotic, but it doesn't matter. It'll be okay. I wrap up my chores and prepare to get dressed to head over to Cliff and Pat's. Check the weather app to see what the rest of the day has in store. It's in the high 70s right now. All things considered, it's quite cool for an August afternoon. It's August. I don't know if they already told us it was August, but you could infer it was August because, like, Moria's starting school or whatever. And, you know, that happens in August. But Chord Progressions does, in fact, take place in August. Quite cool for an August afternoon. It'll get cooler tonight, reaching high 60s after the sun sets. Excellent. Having an extra layer will probably come in handy. Pull together my purchases from the thrift store and start getting dressed. Here's the dress women's text. After mulling for a short moment, I put on some clean briefs in favor for a jockstrap. After mulling for a short moment, I put on some clean briefs in favor for a jockstrap. Okay, so he's saying he's putting on the briefs, but then he's saying in favor. Oh, in favor of. Again, guys, I swear I'm not dyslexic. I put on some clean briefs in favor of a jockstrap. In favor of, not in favor for. Okay. We might do some walking, and I'd rather pick the comfy option. I put on the jeans and t-shirt first and layer the jacket on top. Despite how it looks, it's already a light jacket. It's quite a light jacket. Once the sun goes down, it'll keep me nice and warm. The sneakers I use for my workout actually pair quite nicely with this outfit. Sleek and stylish. I like it. Maybe I should consider catching a bus to Cliff and Pat's. It's almost a 2-mile walk. I don't want to start sweating in this outfit on the way over. I'm glad Cliff gave me and Moria the rundown on how the buses work here. All I need is $5 and Google Maps to get anywhere in the city. Enter Cliff's address in the app and set it to travel by bus. I get a clear set of instructions on how to get there. Nifty. Without delay, I held the front door with all my essentials. Navigating the Cliff and Pads was a little bit more challenging than I was expecting. Boarded the wrong bus from the get-go and headed in the opposite direction. Had to hop off and reroute. Reroute. Once I found myself on the correct bus route. Route? I feel like when I was younger, I used to say route. I feel like I used to say route when I was younger. But then, like, around the Undertale era, everybody always said, like, route, right? Pacifist route. No one would say pacifist route. So I feel like during that era, I sort of adopted the route, or the route pronunciation. But I guess I just sort of, like, alternate. It was smooth sailing from there. Before I knew it, I found myself at their front door. Door.jpg. I knock on the door and then greeted by a familiar face.
Hey, come on in.
Thank you, Cliff. Very cool. This apartment is very This apartment is very I step inside and find an economy flat turned into a spectacular living space. The two seem to really care about making their home beautiful. Wow, I love your guys' apartment. Thanks, we put a lot of work into it. I scanned the space to see if Pat was present. Where's Pat? Showering right now. Make yourself at home, though. Do you want anything to drink? What is pre-gaming? Guys, I don't go out drinking. Guys, I don't go out drinking. I don't know what pre-gaming is. Is that just drinking? I'm assuming pre-gaming is just drinking. So they're going to go out drinking. But they're going to start drinking before they go out drinking. To enforce their alcoholism. Let's drink water, Eddie. Wait, does something funny happen if Eddie gets too drunk, though? Oh, guys. What if something funny happens? Right. What if Eddie makes a fool of himself if you get him drunk enough? I don't know. That kind of makes me want him to pregame. But I don't know. This is just drink water, Eddie. Okay. I don't really want anything, but I feel like it's impolite to turn down an offer for a beverage. How about some water? Sure, just kick off your shoes and have a seat. I'll get you a glass. Thank you. I do, as he asks, and park myself on the couch. He takes a seat next to me and sets 2 glasses of plain ice water on the table. Is there nothing else? Well, I guess that's all Eddie wanted. We sit for a moment in silence and sip our respective beverages. Okay, now, if you remember, at the lunch scene with Eddie and Cliff, at the cafe, Dave had handed Cliff a bottle of water. So I was like, oh, is he drinking bottled water? Does Cliff just prefer bottled water to tap water? But now in his own home, he's drinking what I can only assume is... But I guess it's not necessarily tap water. He could have just took bottled water and put it... in, glasses with ice in them. But if Cliff is drinking tap water on his own volition, and he doesn't only drink, bottled water, then that would implicate that the cafe doesn't have... Like, it doesn't serve, like, running water to its customers. It only serves bottled water. Which could just be because they just don't think their, like, city quality water will, like, taste good to the customers, and they would rather have bottled water instead. But it also could be a tactic to make more money. Because, you know, restaurants don't really like to charge for glasses of water, right? Right, they recognize that that'd look kind of like... It'd be, like, kind of weird if they charged for, like, a glass of water, because, you know, it's water. But charging for bottled water is a lot more like justified, you know, because they're like clearly spending money on the bottles of water, and therefore will have to like make a profit off it somehow. So they'll be able to like charge customers for that more readily than if they were offering just like glasses of like running tap water. Anyway, what was I talking about? I don't know. Anyway, something, they only sell water bottles at the cafe, probably, because Cliff's drinking not bottled water here, or something. Or it could still be bottled water, he just took bottled water and poured it into a glass with ice in it. I don't know, I'm yapping too much. Takes a seat next to me and sets 2 glasses of plain ice water on the table. Yeah, glasses of water. I'll get you a glass. I don't know. It's hard to tell. There's nothing that explicitly states that it's, like, running tap water. Maybe he has a water filter at home. I don't know. Thank you. I do as he asks and park myself on the couch. He takes a seat next to me and sets 2 glasses of plain ice water on the table. We sit for a moment in silence and sip on our respective beverages. Hey, so I just want to check in. You sure you're okay after yesterday? Oh yeah, I forgot they thought Eddie was gonna, like, off himself. Well, I guess he did off himself, just not... You know, never mind. I'm caught a little bit off guard by the sudden shift in topic. Can't say I'm surprised, though. That must have been hard for him to watch. I'm okay, I'm actually feeling a lot better today. In a weird way, I feel like it was good that it happened. Like it was something I needed to do. I get it, but often in the moment, breakdowns like that can be cathartic sometimes. We sit in silence for a short moment. Just like at the cafe, the silence feels comfortable. We just continue to sip and enjoy the presence of one another. Sits down his drink. Hey, so, I didn't cause you to get upset, did I? God damn it, why do my stupid breakdowns keep making other people feel responsible? No, absolutely not. Sit down my drink as well. Like, the counter isn't even what set me off, it's just my brain being stupid, I guess. How's it being stupid? So, like, Moria got upset with me because I kind of overreacted. Go on. And I thought because she got upset with me that I was pushing her away and she was going to hate me. Right. So I thought that because she was going to hate me, that I was going to lose everything, my apartment, my job, my life. She's going to have absolutely nothing. The capybara doesn't give me a response, he just nods. Hi, you're... It's kind of silly. It's so stupid, like it's completely irrational. Well, you're right, it does sound irrational, but dismissing it as such doesn't really do anything, does it? Not really, even though I understand it's irrational, it doesn't make my brain stop. It just keeps escalating and making things worse and worse, like, can't really find the words to illustrate the concept. What is Cliff gonna say? What could Cliff possibly say? I don't know. Like a domino effect, okay. Exactly, it's like a domino effect. One awful thing leading to another, and it doesn't stop. The capybara puts on a smile. It's actually a word for this. Really? It's called catastrophizing. Catastropica. Catastrophizing. It's a thought pattern where each thoughts get progressively more terrifying than the last, eventually leading to the end point, the catastrophe. Sounds like therapy talk. Yeah, it is. I think I told you my mom was a psychiatrist. I actually deal with it too. It's a common anxiety disorder symptom. Wait, does that mean I have a disorder? Not exactly. You'd have to talk to a doctor to get that confirmed. But from one anxious mess to another, you're not alone. These words bring quite a bit of levity. It's reassuring to know that I'm not the only one dealing with an issue like this. If you want, I can tell you about a good technique to help the next time that happens. There are techniques? There's dark arts. Ancient magics. Absolutely, lots. I can tell you about it now, or I can just send you a link to a good resource if you want to read it on your own time. So many choices, are there... Why are there so many choices suddenly? Why is there so... Why is there so many branching... Why is there so much branching dialogue now? Now? Sure, you can tell me about it. So it's called grounding. It's all about establishing yourself in the present moment and stopping that domino effect. It's really easy, and there's lots of ways to do it, but this is my favorite way. The idea is that you use all 5 of your senses to engage yourself with your environment. You start by using your sight to identify 5 things in your environment. Dude, this is giving me flashbacks to like. This is giving me like flashbacks to like, I don't know, like some TV show I watched where they were doing like therapy stuff. I don't know. Start by using your sight to identify 5 things in your environment you can see. Guys, I'm not gonna go on the therapy rant. I'm not gonna go on the therapy rant, guys. I promise. Then you identify 4 things you can smell, 3 things you can hear, 2 you can smell. Wait, what? 4 things you can feel, 3 things you can hear, 2 you can smell, and 1 you can taste. The whole time, just take some slow and deep breaths. So it's kind of like a game. You could call it that, yeah. Okay, switch up the order. Sure, as long as you start with 5 things and work your way down to 1. You can even challenge yourself a bit to do it backwards. Start with 5 things you can taste and so on. Wanna try it? Sure, I guess. Alright, start with 5 things you can see. Scan around the room. Guys, I should have just told him to send the link. Well, I see you, the couch, your coffee table, your TV, and the TV remote. Good, now 4 things you can feel. There's the couch. Trace my digits on the furniture. I find a blanket draped on top. This blanket. Where else? Oh, my pants and my fur. Now, what can you hear? You talking, me talking. I listen intently for a moment. Oh, and Pat's shower. Smell is next. I take a couple whiffs of the air. I can smell the scent of my shampoo. I can also smell the air freshener you use, jasmine. He nods. Then one thing I can taste. Oh. Dude, that's such a gay thing. Right, you know someone's gay if they just, like, know what jasmine is. Right, I, for the record, don't know what jasmine is, but... Right. Being able to live identify... Being able to live identify the scent of jasmine, whatever that is, right? So gay. Reach over to my beverage and take a sip. My water. He smiles. Great, you got the hang of it. How do you feel? Alright, I guess. Present. Sounds about right. Try it out the next time you find yourself catastrophizing. It might help. Guys, now we have this Chekhov's gun. Now we have this Chord Progressions Chekhov's gun. But it's just Cliff's therapy tips, right? And sometime later down the line, Eddie's gonna be spiraling, he's gonna be having a breakdown, but then he's gonna be like, oh, right. The tips from Cliff. The tips from Cliff. And then it's gonna be this whole scene, it's gonna be this whole moment. Try it out the next time you find yourself catastrophizing, it might help. I didn't know you could do things like this to help deal with these kind of issues. That's the whole idea behind cognitive behavioral therapy. Coming up with coping techniques that can manage your symptoms. Huh. It's funny, I remember. Cliff is interrupted by Pat's entrance into the living room. Guys, the real way to overcome your psychological disorders is to just let them fester and intensify, and become so debilitating and so harmful to your everyday life, that eventually they just stop, right? You just increase the number so high, right? You just increase the power of the disorder so high that its stack overflows and goes back down to being like in the negatives, right? That's how it works. I assure you, right? I'm not a licensed therapist. I am not a doctor. Don't listen to anything I say, but I assure you, it might work. It might work possibly. Cliff is interrupted by Pat's entrance to the living room. Why? Where were his clothes? Eddie needs to calm down. Eddie's being too loud. Hey, are my good pants in your closet? Oh, hi, Eddie. He acknowledges my presence nonchalantly, clearly not shameful of how he's presenting himself. Goodness, what a gorgeous sight, though. His figure is so deliciously trim, and those pierced nipples are a very welcome surprise. Cliff's not amused. Really, dude? You knew Eddie was going to be here. Yeah, and it's my apartment. Mine too, and I don't want you making our guests feel uncomfortable. Oh, come on, Eddie doesn't mind. After all, he got to see you in your underwear yesterday. It's only fair. No. Did Cliff tell him everything? What does that have to do with anything? Dog ponders for a moment. Nothing, really. It's just funny. Capybara buries his face in his paws and exhales sharply. To answer your question, yes, they're in my closet. Just go. Perfect. Thank you. Strolls over to Cliff's bedroom and enters the room, closing the door behind him. I looked at Cliff. Did you tell him everything? No, I didn't mention the breakdown. He saw that I was clearly stressed after getting home yesterday. I just told him about the dressing room incident. That's all, right? That's all, I swear. Breathe a sigh of relief. The less people who know, the better. I'm sorry, I shouldn't even told him about the dressing room thing. No, it's okay. I know how persistent he can be. Yeah, I had to tell him something. I don't like lying to him. That's fair. So, where are his pants in your closet? Somebody ran out of closet space after he became a drag queen and started collecting dresses. He ran out of space for his boy clothes, so now he's moved into my closet. That sucks. He should buy a dresser or something. Yeah. Good idea, Eddie. He should really buy a dresser or something. He speaks deliberately loud to make sure Pat can hear. That said, it's not the end of the world. I will accidentally wear his shirts sometimes. Nice. What the fuck? Guys, why is Pat so snazzy? What the fuck? What the hell? Who's this? Who the fuck is this? What the fuck? I didn't know Pat had it like that. What the hell? Holy shit. The collie emerges, fully dressed. You can look now, this talk's decent. That's all a slight chuckle, neither of us are amused. What is he wearing under the pants? Whatever. Are those like long johns? Are those like plaid long johns under the ripped jeans? This guy's crazy. Pat's wildin'. What are you guys drinking? Just some ice water. Water? What is this, Bible study? Pat sucks. How about we get the ball rolling with some pre-gaming? I'm down. Eddie? Yeah, sure. Okay, guys. We're pre-gaming anyway. Let's start with something light. I got just the thing. He retreated to the kitchen, returned slowly with his 3 wine glasses and a peculiar-looking wine bottle. Dude, Pat's from a different novel now. Pat's from a different VN. Pat's looking crazy. Holy shit. My sister dropped... Pat has a sister. Everybody write that down. Pat has a sister. My sister's dropped off this bottle of blueberry wine last time she visited. She goes crazy over this stuff. The colleague doles out a generous amount of the deep blue liquid in each of the glasses. Blue wine? I don't think I've ever seen blue wine before. Not that I know anything about wine. Just isn't usually like yellow or like white or something. I don't know. It's probably purple sometimes. Is it made out of grapes? No, that's why it's white, right? I don't know. The collie doles out a generous... Yeah. Okay, so is grape juice artificially colored? Because grapes aren't really like purple on the inside. But neither are blueberries. But like if you like mush blueberries, then they turn blue. I don't know, the collie doles out a generous amount of deep blue liquid in each of the glasses. We take a glass in our paws. The collie extends his arm out with the wine glass in paw to propose a toast. To Kristen, who never fails to give us a bitchin' ass wine. Kristen. Pat and Kristen. Is there a theme there? Is there a pun there? Kristen. Pat. Patrick. Kristen. Cliff and I clink our glasses into Pat's. We all take a sip. Has a beautifully sweet and fruity fragrance. It's very forward with blueberry flavor and tastes quite sweet for a wine. Ooh, yeah, this is just candy. He takes another sip. Yeah, let's demolish this bottle. Well, before we demolish anything, are you okay with taking the bus instead of driving? Yeah, we'll take the bus. The collie takes a couple of large swigs and empties his glass. He pours himself another. Man, he's such a mom. We continue to chat and sip for the next several minutes as we continue our mission to kill time. Do young adult men do anything else? Do young adult men do anything else except drink alcohol? Can they play like table tennis or something? Can they play ping pong? I don't know. Pat, are ping pong and table tennis the same thing? Ping pong's more of a, like... That's, like, more of an unofficial term, huh? Like, the official term's probably table tennis. Ping pong's more of a colloquial thing, I guess. Anyway, that was a rant about ping pong. Pat and Cliff were discussing the ways that they were preparing for tomorrow's show as I sat down and listened. There's a lot more that goes into these kind of shows than I would have ever guessed. I was under the impression it was no more complicated than showing up with their instrument. Sound checks, pedal selection, amp selection, backup instruments, amp and monitor compatibility, promotion, ticket sales. It's enough to make my head spin. For a second, I thought they were talking about the drag stuff. After we all had consumed every last drop of our drinks, Pat had a proposal. Guys, there's another Pat line? Holy shit. Holy fuck.
Time to make this a proper pregame. How about we do some shots?
Pat sucks. Good job, Pat. Just one for me. I'm already feeling a little toasty. Eddie? I'm not the biggest fan of downing hard liquor by itself. It's much more pleasant to have it mixed in a cocktail, but I didn't want to be a wet blanket and refuse. Yeah, sure. What do you guys have? I got just the thing. The collie briskly enters the kitchen to retrieve a bottle from the freezer with 3 shot glasses. He returns and places it all on the table. Another queen gifted me this cheap-ass vanilla ice cream vodka the other night. Cheap-ass looks about right. Is it possible there's something lower than bottom shelf? The collie doles out a shot's worth of liquor in each glass. The super chilled liquid caused the glass's exterior to immediately develop condensation. We each pick up a glass and raise them up high. To cheap queens and even cheaper liquor. We each throw back our shot. Oh god, that's foul. Couldn't help but cough a little. The alcohol burn is harsh, but the ice cream flavor has a disgustingly saccharine sweet taste. The only redeeming quality is the fact that the liquor is chilled, which slightly alleviates the burn. Cliff sets down the empty glass after an audible gag. Nope, never touching that again. Fuck, that's awful. Pat's been able to keep a straight face. Oh, come on, it's not that bad, right, Eddie? No, it's pretty fucking bad. Bad enough to turn down a second shot? Absolutely bad enough to turn down a second shot. Ah well, more for me. Pat needs to be stopped. The collie serves himself another shot and knocks it back. Tastes like bad choices. The capybara chuckles. Give me that swill before you get too wasted. They'll kick you off the bus if you cause problems. One more, then give it. Okay, Mom. The collie pours himself his last shot and hands the bottle to Cliff. He downs his last shot as Cliff goes to replace the bottle in the freezer. Woo! He rubs his paws together. Yep, I'm good and ready. We can tell, dear. The capybara checks his phone. Almost 6, shall we, Mosey? Dude, we'll get there so early. We should stay here and drink more. I don't want to say he has a problem, right? I don't want to say he has a problem. And honestly, he's looking a little bit too snazzy for me to ridicule him anyway, so... It'll take about 45 minutes, and I want to make sure we're there early. I'm kind of the ringleader of this whole outing, remember? The dog let out an aggravated sigh. Yeah, you're right. Being late would be a dick move. The booze is really hitting him hard, but for his size, 3 shots plus some ought to do that. I certainly feel a bit of a swimming sensation from the amount I've had. Not enough to be tipsy, but enough to feel toasty. Let me go change real fast and we'll get going. Can I help, cutie? The capybara giggles. No, we have a guest, Pat. He points towards me. What's a big deal? He can watch. When you turn bright red in response to that suggestion, my eyes dart in every which direction and I'm not able to come up with a response. Cliff approaches the dog. He hooks his index finger inside of Pat's large gauged ear piercing and sharply tugs. Ow, 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 ow. Bad dog. He scolds the collie with a jovial tone. Without another word, he retreats into his bedroom. Mean. After a short walk to the bus stop, the 3 of us boarded. Next stop was the terminal. The bus was crowded. Pat and Cliff found a pair of seats and sat next to each other. I found a single seat on the row behind them. It's difficult to try and talk with them while we're seated like this. I lean back and look out the window as I see Douglas pass by. Homes, apartment complexes, churches, parks, and DSU all scrolled by as we ventured closer to our destination. We arrived to the terminal and quickly boarded another bus. This one's much less crowded. We can all sit together. Pat seems to have mellowed out a bit.
So, where are we going first?
So many Pat lines. I'm thinking Enchanter's Whimsy. The parking lot across the street has, like, 7 different food trucks. Everyone should find something they like. Are you gonna have something? There's a hint of concern in his voice. Cliff looks cool. What's he wearing? It's like a robe thing. It's like a not robe thing. Yes, I'll find something I like. It's fried food galore after all. My ears perk up. Sully knows just how hungry I am. I haven't had food truck cuisine before. Can't wait. The capybara looks towards me. Hopefully there'll be something you'll like. I'm sure there will be. My mouth is a bit like a garbage disposal. I'll eat anything. My man. The collie prompts me for a fist bump. I oblige. Bus intercom chimes. Now we're approaching Sasha Street. Cliff pulls the yellow cord above the window. That's us. Cord. We deboard the bus and mosey over to the parking garage. Didn't take long before we spotted a familiar face. Whoa. Oh, he's pretty. He's looking pretty snazzy, too. Right, it's not Pat levels of snazzy. Like, Pat is, like, biblically snazzy. I don't even know how to put it. Pat is biblically snazzy. Like Pat is so snazzy that he's like, distorting space-time, you know? Like, Pat has, like, gained, like, access to, like, high-level spells, you know? Like, Pat has a D&D class because of how well he's dressed. Cliff and Trent look cool, too. Trent's parked himself on the bench outside the garage. He looks like he's been waiting for a bit. I give a smile and wave. He reciprocates. Hey.
Oh, hey. Good to see you again.
Thank you, Trent. Very cool. Likewise, Trent, this is Cliff and Pat. That's the first time they're meeting. I point to the two respectively as I state their names. The capybara waves and extends his paw for a shake. Trent obliges. Hey, good to finally meet you. The pleasure's all mine. Discounting the antlers, Trent stands a full foot taller than Cliff. That juxtaposition is kind of cute. The two break their shake and Pat approaches. He scans the deer with his eyes, appreciating him from antler to hoof. He extends his paw and Trent takes it into his. Good to meet you, dude. Been a while since I've been climbing. You can't talk to Trent like that. He gives the deer a wink. Cliff rolls his eyes. Trent has a twinkle in his eye. Oh, you like climbing? I've never tried it. It sounds like good. It sounds like good exercise. Guys, I don't know what to say. I'm speechless. The dog lets out a guffaw. What is a guffaw? The dog lets out a guffaw in response to Trent's statement. Oh, Eddie, I like your friend. Give the dog a glare. Trent has a grin on his face, seemingly unaware of the deeper meaning behind Pat's nonsense. Pat's still cackling, unable to control himself. Okay, so does Pat understand that Trent didn't understand what he said? Or does Pat think Trent understood what he said and in turn gave, like, a witty and, like, sarcastic response? Or does Pat just not get it? Don't mind him. We were pre-gaming a bit and he had a little too much. Pre-gaming? Thank you, Trent. I don't know what the fuck they're talking about either. Cliff appears confused. It makes sense the deer wouldn't know what pre-gaming is. I should probably chime in and help relieve any awkward tension. It's when you drink some alcohol at home before going out to a bar. That way you can drink less at the bar and save money. Oh, that makes sense. Flashes me a smile. Did you also pregame, Eddie? Only a little. Pat's still getting over his giggle fit. Meanwhile, someone's had more than just a little. The collie rolls his eyes dramatically. Which is why we should probably go find something to eat after everyone gets here. Where do you have in mind? There's a parking lot where we can find a bunch of food trucks. I'm thinking we'll start there. What kind of food? Lots. The lineup changes every weekend. Does Cliff have any context for Trent? Does Cliff have any context behind like what Trent's like dynamic is? Lots. The lineup changes every weekend, so I can't say for certain what'll be there. Oh, I guess it'll be a surprise then. The deer had a hard time hiding his discomfort. Thank you, Mario. Very cool. Off to the side, I hear Moria calling. Wait, no, it's not Moria, right? Isn't it Mariah? I refuse to pronounce it as Mariah. Mariah? Moria. It's Moria, it's not Mariah. Who said Mariah? I forget who said that. I'm not saying it. I'm not saying Mariah, it's Moria. Her and April are walking on the sidewalk and had just rounded the corner. Hey there, glad you two could make it. Of course, we wouldn't miss this for the world. She directs her attention to the deer and waves. You must be Trent. I'm Moria. So good to meet you. Likewise, and hi again, April. Sup. Trent looks puzzled by her response. You sound different. My customer service voice clocks out at the same time I do. Alright, so that makes 6. Who are we waiting for? Pat scoffs. Just Daryl, late as always. Dude, it's not even 7 yet. Calm your tits. My boobs are adequately soothed, ma'am. I'm just now realizing how funny it is having all these colorful characters together in one space. Right. I'm just realizing how funny it is having all these colorful characters together in one space. I swear, if you two cause any drama today, I'll take those gauges out of yours. She was immediately interrupted by a light and friendly honk. I turned to look and see Daryl waving at our group from the driver's seat of a pickup truck. He's pulling into the parking garage. See, he's even a little early. Sure, he sure shows up early when it's time for fun and games, but when it comes to practice, it's a different story, right? Dude, let it go. Pat needs to calm down. Not until he apologizes.
Sup, dudes? Who's ready to party?
Thank you, Daryl. Very cool. The line emerges from the garage's staircase door and approaches the group. He spots Moria and makes a beeline towards her. Ah, they all look so snazzy. Everyone looks so snazzy. Oh, you must be the famous Mariah, I keep hearing about. She giggles. It's Moria. Moria. Guys, I don't know anymore. It's Moria, and yes, I've apparently been the talk of the town. Oh, sorry. Oh, don't worry, it happens all the time. Right, looks like everyone's here. Let's get moving. We're only a couple blocks away. The capybara takes the lead with the collie at his side, and the two girls towed behind. Trent, Daryl, and I were trailing the pack. Dude, so I gotta ask, how do you swim that much twice a week? Feels like I just did arm and leg day at the same time. Just like with any other exercise, you just have to get used to it. The lion looks towards me. Oh, that reminds me, dude. How are you feeling? Any better? Better today, not 100%, but feeling alright. Did I push you too hard, Eddie? No, there's definitely not any injuries or anything. The deer smiled. Oh, good. So where are we going first? We're stopping off to get food. There's a parking lot with a bunch of food trucks. Good, I'm starving. Cardio makes me ravenous. I'm sure vor furries. I'm sure vor furries probably have their imagination probably takes them places with a line like that. Imagine your caloric demand must be really high considering your size. Oh, you calling me fat? The deer was rendered flustered immediately. Oh, no. Sorry, that's not what I... The lion gives him a couple of friendly pats on the shoulder and snickers. I'm joking, dude. I know I'm big, and I love it. He gives the deer a goofy smile and flexes his large arms. The deer immediately darts his gaze away. Cool jacket, by the way. Oh, thanks. Cliff helped me pick it out. Where at? Went to a thrift store. Moria got her dress from there, too. thrift store. Those were some great finds. Huh? Given Trent's position in life, I'm relieved he knows what thrift stores are and how they work. I should give him more credit, though. He doesn't seem that out of touch. From a distance, I could see the parking lot Cliff had mentioned. It's a large open space only populated by food trucks, picnic tables, and hungry customers.